StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Enrik and Barzau on Frozen Temple. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is Enrik. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is Barzau. Alright, so here we have a classic ZVP matchup from Into the Void, a weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League level gameplay. If you would like to submit a replay to Into the Void, go ahead and send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. And I will send it to my screeners. They'll vote on which ones are the best, and I will cast them. Alright, looks like an extractor trick out of Enrik and a scouting probe out of Barzau. I like that. I like scouting workers at low levels. Just let you know what's coming, what your opponent is capable of. A pool first here from Enrik. I'm not sure if he's planning on being aggressive or if he's just not feeling very confident in a hatch first here. Ah, the probe block. Come on, Barzau, you got this thing. Don't take hits. Wider circles, Barzau, wider circles. Okay, you're actually not doing this super well, but it's not terrible. Just don't die. That's the goal right now, is not get killed by this drone. Ah, all right. I mean, that's the thing, right? If you're blocking with the probe, keep the probe alive. Send him back home. Send him back in, scouting again. But if he dies, he pretty much has no further utility to you, and it's not like he blocked the hatchery for much longer than he would have if you had just kept him alive. So, looks like Enrik did go for an extractor without really putting anything on it, which is a problem. Okay, he's actually, so he's rallying some drones there now. Alright, let's see if he gets some queens. Does not have quite enough for queens yet. Now he's making one, so the timing seemed a little bit off, but once again, getting that hatch blocked does seem to be something of an issue. Alright, it looks like a... That's a... Okay, so a gateway into cybernetics core with double gas, 3 workers on this assimilator, 1 on this assimilator, and then taking the expansion is Barzau. So a little bit late, but again, that's okay. Nothing too crazy about that so far. Both players doing a fairly good job continuing worker production up, drones and probes being made continuously, at least at this point. I mean, the problems usually come when the players have their first battle or their first harassment, then they kind of stop making workers because they forget. Happens to, you know, everybody but I would say the pros from one time or another. And even then, maybe sometimes them. Warp gate research coming up at that cyber core, and an adept, a single adept coming out from the gateway. That is a very standard play indeed. Going to probably send that adept out or just use it for defense based on that rally. Nothing really too much to be concerned about there either. Hatch here for Enrik. You're going to make another queen. Queens are so important. So important, especially in Legacy of the Void. You just get fewer larvae. Actually, fewer larvae out of injects, too. Speed's on the way. I like that a lot, but you can't forget that second queen, man. Come on, Enrik. Make a queen. I believe in you. All right, not happening. Not happening. Overlord heading on in. A great scout. 10 points to Enrik for this one. Photon overcharge, though. Killing the Overlord. All right, that's okay. I mean, it was a good scout. It was. You saw the cyber core. You saw the second gateway. You saw the double gas being taken. You didn't see the Stargate or anything like that, so you're not worried about error at the moment. That is a quick lair. 3-minute lair upgrade from Enrik and a Roach Warren. He has plans. Enrik has plans on his mind, and that is a robotics facility warping in for Barzau, as well as a spine crawler back here. Is that a spine? A spine and a spore. He's worried about drops, is what he is. He's worried about adept drops, or possibly just straight up adepts getting into his mineral line. So again, static defense at lower levels is great. I mean, at the higher levels, making a spine crawler and a spore crawler with 2 drones could hurt you, for sure. But at this level, I mean, it's not going to make the difference between winning and losing, in my opinion. Is that a queen? Ah, finally making a second queen. Excellent job. Excellent job, Enrik. Here comes some adepts. They're tired of playing defense. They're going to move on out as a trio. We'll call them the 3 Musketeers. Actually, what are 3, like a trio of females? I'm thinking about the Chipettes from Alvin and the Chipmunk. I don't even know what their names were, though. It was like Brittany and... Oh, man. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore's counterparts. No idea. No idea what their other 2 names were. I think Brittany was definitely one. But the other ones, I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm a terrible, terrible cartoon watcher. 4 roaches on the way. I like roaches in dealing with adepts to a certain extent here. Queen 2. Great drone pull. Holy cow. That was pro-level drone pull from Enrik, getting the heck on out of there, and then bringing him back in once he recognizes that threat is gone. That was dead impressive. I mean, APM for these guys, not hugely impressive, 62 to 166. But that reaction time from Enrik was, I mean, that was pro-level. He got out of there as soon as the Adept Shades showed up. Must have been paying attention exactly what was going on. So roaches in production from Enrik. The adepts do not want to walk in there. All 3 of them that exist. Immortal production beginning from barzau, because immortals are good against roaches. I mean, I don't know if that's exactly what the intent was here, that he knew his opponent would be going roach. But you know what? Getting immortals in ZVP is really never a bad idea unless your opponent's going for a 2-base muto play, in which case it's a terrible idea. Nothing at all happening from Enrik right now. Enrik, produce things, make drones. Worker count is pretty even to this point, but barzau is going to pull ahead, continuing to make those probes while the drone count is stagnating at around 34. Observer scouting his way in, or her way in. Observers, I'm not sure. I think they're just robots. Careful with that spore. Ah, did not walk into the spore. That was good. That was good. Didn't fly into the spore. Just trying to see what we're dealing with here. These adepts really don't want to walk in that front door. They will die so fast. So many roaches here for Enrik. It is 17 roaches versus an immortal, 5 adepts, and 2 stalkers. I think this Roach Ravager play would win from Enrik. Taking a 3rd base down here is Enrik instead of this classic one here. I think the adepts are waiting for that. But no, it's not going to happen. Sneaky 3rd down at that position. Immortal waddling its way up here too. 0 kills to its name because it was just born or just warped in. And at this point, I feel like barzau... I don't know that you have a contain. Should you be taking a 3rd right now? I don't know. Corrosive Bile on the adepts. Wow, that took all the shields off those adepts. Priority is definitely the immortal. Good call there. No glial reconstitution, though, so they can't quite get to the adepts before they show up in that mineral line and start killing drones. Run, drones, run. They're not running time. This is not great reaction time on this one from Enrik, but that's okay. I think it's all right. All the adepts are going to die there. 3 drones got killed. It's 36 to 38 total harvesters. Barzau, again, has a slight lead. And replacing them is Enrik. Look at that. Replacing the 3 drones that were killed there. Nice job. Heading out. Here comes Enrik. I would recommend getting glial reconstitution. There it is. Just started it. Okay, I was going to say, roaches with speed are a lot better than roaches without speed. Just easier to micro. So here's barzau, sitting on 2 bases. Has stalkers, has immortals, just sitting ready to go. Single Ravager. I don't know why there's only 1 Ravager, but whatever at this point. Roaches, is this enough? Oh, that's a lot of Ravager. Okay. Single Ravager gets exploded. A little fairy dust gathers around its corpse, as it usually does here. Observer heading on down, and this is a lot of Ravager. Ooh, buddy. All right. So here comes the Roach Ravager. Push any Corrosive Biles you got for me here. That Ravager's going to die, and it does. Corrosive Biles getting a couple hits there on the stalkers. Pretty nice stuff. The dodge, though, from barzau. Only took that 1 hit so far and hasn't really taken any more than that. Slowly pushing the Protoss player back. And does actually take out a stalker with that Corrosive Bile. Again, continuing to push them in, getting some hits. Getting some hits all over the place. Weakening a lot of stuff. This is some pretty impressive micro. Look at these players. Over 200 APM each so far. Enrik decides maybe that's enough. At least pulling back just a tiny bit to just go straight Ravager. He says, who needs roaches? Why would I need roach? I have a Ravager for days and days here, floating a lot of minerals, though. It is Enrik. I mean, if he just made, you know, a whole ton, like 50 lings or something like that, I feel like he would do better here. But the Ravagers might be able to hold their own fairly well. Corrosive Biles and not hitting much of anything at all. Great micro. Great dodging there from barzau. Just looking super impressive. Some more roaches are showing up. Upgrades, +1 attack just about to complete for barzau. Enrik does not have anything yet. +1 missile attack has begun, but it will not be done for quite a while yet. Corrosive Biles continuing to land mostly harmlessly. Sometimes they get hits. I mean, maybe take down that pylon. Nope, getting a stalker there. Photon overcharge is up. Still up. Don't walk in there. Oh, lost a roach. Lost 2 roaches to it, actually. Only 1 kill on that pylon. Surprising. Trying to kill that gateway. Trying to kill Mothership Core. I mean, this is the most Corrosive Bile I've ever seen in this. Gets the Mothership Core. And it's into the void. This is insane. Corrosive Bile's killing stalkers. The immortal count is a little bit high and a little bit scary. So I feel like barzau's going to win this fight. Yeah, barzau's not going to have much trouble at all winning this fight. The Ravager stuff was fancy. I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't for Enrik. It was very good, but just not quite enough to whittle away the army to the point where he could win that battle. 12 roaches in production, continuing with that +1 missile attack. Has a second evolution chamber, not using it. That's A-OK. 3rd base is here and saturated. Again, barzau needs to move on an expansion. You can't really sit on 3 bases for 15 minutes. You're going to start to get mined out here. As you can see, these are starting to glow. Really low mineral counts on some of these patches. Some of them are okay, but some of them are pretty low. Replacement Mothership Core is there. It actually doesn't take that long to make a Mothership Core. If you lose it, you can get it back up, especially with Chrono Boost, pretty darn quickly. Hydralisk Den coming in. I do like the Hydra choice against these Stalkers. Although, again, Lings would be amazing here. Lings are great against Stalkers. Lings are great against Immortals. Taking another base is Enrik. Hey, getting Muscular Augments, Tunneling Claws. We're going to see some Burrow Roach. I don't see any sign of Burrow being researched. But maybe we'll get there. 11 Hydras on the way. Enrik trying to spend his money. Again, just more gas-starved than anything else. That's why he's getting these extractors. And look at that. Immediately saturating them. 3 on 3. Or 3 on 3. Let's see. What am I trying to say here? 3 on each. 3 on each. 3 on 3. 3 on 3 basketball. That was in my head. Dark Shrine coming up for barzau. One behind Dark Shrine is what they say. 48 to 45 workers. I don't know that barzau is necessarily behind, but he really should take a third. And he is! And he is taking a third with about 2,000 minerals in the bank. Going for that third. Kabloo, Kabloo, and Kabloo. Observer seeing exactly what the composition is. Does notice the Hydralisks. This upgrade doesn't take too long. Muscular Augment, so it should be there and ready to go by the time the next battle happens for the Zerg player. More Ravagers getting morphed on in. Enrik loves his Ravager, and I can't say that I blame him. They're pretty good units. Pretty good units. Is that +1 Carapace? It is. +1 Carapace coming up. There's the Burrow. So we're going to see some Burrow Roach with the Roaches that are here. Got some Ravagers, got some Hydras. Enrik is not falling prey to the trap of I making one total, or one type of unit, and that's it. Which is good. Alright, this many Lings is not what I was talking about, as they're going to get murdered. And they do. Every Ling dies as they walk up that ramp to their dooms. barzau looking strong. Really, really strong right now. About 4,400 for the Zerg on army value, and about 7,000 for barzau. Corrosive Piles are getting tossed down. I mean, it's cute, Enrik, but you got to have the units to back it up, and I just don't know that you do. Army supply is way bigger for barzau right now. What you got going back home, Zerg player? Hydras. Hydras is great. Resonating Glaives is on the way for barzau. Immortals do have +2 attack, 60 damage versus armored, which means these Roaches will die very, very quickly, even if they burrow, because there's an observer scouting them out. Scouting them right out. 10 Hydras on the way too. And Burrow's finished. Alright, so these guys are officially Burrow move Roaches, which is cool. I mean, it's fine, I guess. We have a hit squad of Stalkers checking for a third base. There is not one there, as it turns out. But guess where there are bases? Here and here, which you are unfamiliar with. Did they kill? Oh, they killed the Observer. They brought an Overseer with them. Enrik did not forget the Overseer. Well, he kind of did for a while, but not too long. Saturating this base is Enrik, and that third base is up and happily running DTs, trying to sneak around and find bases to kill. And they will find some very juicy bases ready to kill the Burrow Roach. Oh, Burrow Roach, you are so brave. Going right under that army. The Ravager's like, hey guys, oh, I was just seeing what was going on. And Stalkers do actually show up and just start laying waste to this natural base. Meanwhile, the Roaches are back here going to town on these probes. So both players losing quite a bit of workers to this point. And coming from the backside of the Roaches and the Ravagers, the Roaches here have pretty much decimated that line. They just burrow their way to safety, though. Corrosive Bile landing, killing the Mothership Core. Holy smokes, well done on that one. It's just these Hydras are doing okay, but there just are not enough of them, is what I would say. These Roaches either need to assist or they need to kill workers. They cannot sit here right now. Do not sit there. There we go. There we go. Choosing to get on down here and kill some of these many probes that are stuck on this single mineral field. And this should be a very nice probe massacre. 28 probes have been killed so far. This could turn into a base race. barzau does have DTs. He's got Stalkers. This base is in a ton of trouble. It was scouted. He's coming home. Oh, he's coming home. He didn't know about this. So it's 50 to 11 total Harvesters. Enrik just needs to keep making units. Make more and more, I would say, Lings. You have so much money in the bank, Enrik. So much money in the bank. Gets the pylon, depowering a single gateway. And there's the Burrow. Is there not an observer on the field? There's not an observer for barzau. Oh, these Burrow Roach are going to be good. They're going to be so good. Killing yet another pylon. Oh, that Stalker's stuck. That's kind of cute. Maybe killing this pylon too. Hey, we have +1 melee attack. Almost +2. No, there's the Burrow. Ready for the Burrow. Going for the Dark Shrine. Ooh, there's the Burrow. And the Stalkers say, what? Okay, so this is beautiful. The Burrow Roaches are keeping barzau in his base, allowing Enrik to get his army up, which is exactly what he needs to do here, because this army is still really scary for barzau. It's still only 3,400 army supply versus about 8,000 for barzau. So, I mean, this is cute. Once again, from Enrik, seems to be the theme of this match. But if barzau decides to head on out and start killing bases and start killing stuff, he's going to be just fine. It really is. I mean, just mass Hydra. Mass Hydra from Enrik. He needs to get those upgrades continuing. I'd love to see that. Again, I would love just about 80 lings. Just 80 lings to get surrounds on these stalkers. The roaches are back. Can they get the Dark Shrine before too many of them end up getting killed? And actually, before any of them get killed, but there's an observer in progress. There is a single observer in process right now. And I think if they kill this pylon, they can depower it. But these stalkers are not going anywhere. Meanwhile, stalkers and DTs, like I said, laying waste to this base. Enrik really had nothing to handle that whatsoever. He has an observer with his army now. And okay, these hiders do end up getting killed, or DTs rather, do end up getting killed. Their roaches are trying to split and hide. Pretty good strategy, I would say, is hiding there. The hiders come through, and wow, those stalkers died very, very quickly indeed. Secret base is still secret, though. Barzau doesn't know that exists. The roaches are still here. You can't let these roaches live, Enrik. Replacing the base immediately is Enrik like a boss. Like a boss. 12 hydras in production. Hydra count is actually getting pretty high. 29, we're going to have closer to 40. 40 something by the time Enrik is all said and done. It's just, this is a lot of stalker and adept. And adept too. Alright, hydras are hiding a bit. I guess they're just going to walk in the front door and start killing stuff. And they are. So now, the retreat. Barzau again, caught out of position, decides just to retreat. I don't know if you shouldn't just base race here. If we're telling the truth, that Nexus is going to die. I'm not sure how much the Barzau actually cares. Killing this base would have been a much bigger blow. Okay, you're getting stuck in here. If you do this, Enrik, your hydras have nowhere to go. Alright, trying to use the high ground advantage on these units, but it's not really working out. The hydras are dying so quickly. Yeah, I was going to say, those hydras. Whoa, those hydras. Alright, so Barzau is supply blocked. But again, has a ginormous army advantage over Enrik. Alright, Enrik, what you got? What you got? Going Lurker Den? That's not going to be done for a while, though. Do you have enough gas? Why are there 2 workers on these gases? Trying to do the gas here, but some units show up ahead of the advanced army, and I feel like this is Barzau's game to lose right now. This base is happily mining. These roaches doing nothing. Roaches, do something. I guess you're worried about this happening. Can't say I necessarily blame you all that much. Hydras. +2/+1. +2 carapace on the way. More and more hydras. Remember what happened to the hydras the last time you tried to stand and fight against this army? Not a lot. Not a lot happened. Man, 16... Wait. That's a stalker. I was going to say. Adept. 26 damage versus light. Not much HP on these hydras. He's desperately trying to get that lurker den up, but I don't think it really even matters. There's an observer here. That immortal count is high, too. Lurker den, go and finish. Gonna get there in about 20 seconds, but I don't know that Enrik has that much time. Hydra is trying to stand and fight. The blink forward. The stalkers are feeling so confident in their own abilities. Yes, stalkers are dying fairly quickly, but there are still a bunch of them here. And again, the adepts, I think, are the bigger threat to the Hydralisk Ball. 4 kills on this Hydra. Oh, Broodlings finishing off stuff, too. Hydra does end up getting killed, as expected. Lurker Den is complete. Are you morphing lurkers? I mean, you don't have the gas. You don't have the gas for it, Enrik. You are stuck, man. You are stuck. You know what I say about not going up ramps, especially against Terran? Going up ramps against Zerg is usually not that bad. So here comes Barzau, walking right up here. Solve the problem where you have supply block. It's 82 to 81 total supply, but a lot of that's worker. And he does actually have lurker. What? How did he get lurker? I did not see those morphing in. So the spines are tearing through Barzau right now. He did not see that. Where's his observer? Is it with the army? Did he not... Wait. Did he lose the observer? How did he lose the observer? I don't know. This game is crazy. This game is a good one. All right, Enrik, lurkers, saving his main base, secret base, saving everything else. Barzau thinks he's got his opponent dead to rights, but I don't know that he actually does. Yeah, he has this base. Yeah, he has this base. Barzau is expanding. I'm happy to see that from Barzau. Scouting group says, all right, there's not a base here. How did he make all those lurkers? The answer is this base you're about to see right now. Ah, crap, says Barzau. And there are lurkers here, too. So all your adepts are gone. That's bad news. Don't have an observer with your army. Do you still not have an observer? Oh, you do. Okay, you just made one. Just made one. This base on the way for Enrik, too. All right, so this game... I don't know. I don't think it's over. Worker count, somehow barzau has the lead on that one. So many dead workers. 35 and 41 lost respectively for each of these players. Alright, so how are we going to do this thing? We have the lurkers, we have the lings. Heading out across the map. Once again, barzau not really in a position to stop this from happening. I feel like a direct head south from Enrik would do so much good for him. But he's obsessed with taking down this main base, which I just don't think you have to do. Alright, what's the response going to be? Barzau once again on the cusp of wiping out his opponent's stuff. He decides to head on back home instead. He's going to head back home. And I don't know, like, coming back home to save your stuff is not a terrible choice. Like, it's not the worst thing in the entire world. Melee animation attack being used by that Hydra. Base is gone. Lings going through stuff here, tearing through these buildings like knife through butter. Although they don't have actually +1 attacks, so that's okay. There is the observer here. The lurkers are starting to get cleaned out, and yes, wow. Wow, lurkers. Standing and fighting, not really your forte. What is that going to be? Zealot Legs? Zealot Legs is going to complete just in time, but that Twilight Council is definitely going to die. So losing some production facilities, the roaches unburrowing. There's an observer here, so burrowing will not save you. Killing that pylon does nothing to stop the production of stuff from barzau, but Enrik has his Hydras. I just don't know that lurkers are where you want to go with this. Immortal, 16 kills, 13 kills, 14 kills, 15 kills, 12 kills. Immortals responsible for many of the kills we have seen thus far in this game. As we expect, Immortals are very good. Enrik scouts this base, and I mean 18 lings and 3 Hydras on the way, morphing a single lurker. He's just so gas-starved. So gas-starved, but you know what? So is barzau. He has no gas income right now, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's a 0. That's a big fat 0 on the gas income. barzau checking for additional bases instead of coming to wipe this one out that he knows exists. I mean, I know you're afraid there are lurkers. I totally understand that, but you saw the way your Immortals absolutely worked those lurkers over. 6 of them have been killed so far. Only a single Immortal has died in this game. Lings coming in, though. Great probe pull from barzau, getting out of there before things get too crazy. The Lings decide to let them go, and instead going for this Nexus. Can they get it? I don't think the army is close enough to make this happen. The army is not close enough to stop this from happening. That's kind of a contradiction, wasn't it? Make this happen versus stop this from happening? I don't know. Nexus is gone. That's a huge frigging deal from barzau. This is his only Nexus that is remaining. He has to long-distance mine. I guess he has enough to make another Nexus if he wants to, but what a hit. What a hit from Enrik. All right, barzau says, it's time. It is time to end this charade. He's going to come in, kill this base, maybe walk up this ramp, kill this base. These lings need to be involved. Whatever happens, these lings cannot sit there. I like the caution of sending in the observer first. Queen dies immediately. That is so many zealots. Wow, that's a lot of zealots. All right, so this base dies. Enrik wasn't necessarily really using it all that much to this point. And here come the Hydras and the lurkers. 2 lurkers here coming from the side here. The Immortals not where they want to be. The Hydras need to be attacking, and they are. Taking out 1 Immortal. Lurker spines stabbing through everything right now, but is it enough? The Zealots getting absolutely obliterated. Wow, those Zealots died way faster than I thought they would. Lurkers trying to burrow on in here, and no, they do manage to burrow, but still taking shots. Did that Observer die again? Oh, the Observer died again. I don't know if Enrik is intentionally sniping down that Observer, but if he is, that is dead impressive. All right, Lings, you got to do this. You got to be... Is Enrik going to win this game? barzau. Oh, crud, barzau. Get those probes. Oh, didn't notice the probes. Didn't notice the probes. Just going to let them go. These Lings checking for bases everywhere. Can't find them. That's okay. This last Nexus, again, barzau has enough to make another one. Not a huge problem. That robotics facility, Enrik, you have to know that robotics facility is your priority. You have to get in there. Okay, he's trying. Sort of. I mean, he's got to kill that pylon, and just not going to be fast enough. So barzau does get his replacement observer, which is exactly what he needed to do. Both those pylons die, depowering everything in this little block here. The Lings going for yet another pylon. Don't do it. Zealots are a problem. Lings, run for your lives. Get out of there. Get out of there, Zealots. Can any of you survive? No. Nope, none of them can. Lings here just killing buildings. Enrik's still floating minerals. Okay, he just made a bunch of Hydras. That's okay. Assimilators being killed here too. Pylon. barzau is supply blocked, which is not great. Taking his base up here, though, is barzau. Okay. Alright, so Barzau has a sneaky hidden base. Nothing is hidden from Barzau, however. He has full vision of what's going on. Taking a base here is Enrik. I don't know if that's a great place to go, but whatever here. This is entirely mined out. There's a single Hydra that could be useful. Lings, run! Don't throw away your lives for an assimilator. Good choice there. Barzau, does he have enough to get unsupply blocked? No, he does not. But this base coming up is going to help him immensely. So we're 25 minutes into this game. I've thought Barzau had it more than once so far, but somehow, I don't know, a spine crawler is the greatest choice. It's not even done anyway. It's not even done anyway. The spines are there. The observer says, how many lurkers are there exactly? The answer is 2. The answer is 2. Waiting for the spine to finish is not... Oh, dang it! Dang it. Flew in range of the Overseer and that Hydra and just got melted into oblivion. Oh, that's so sad. Not the last remaining Nexus, but what this will tell Enrik is that Barzau has another base, because Barzau is not going to be revealed. Killing production facilities is never a bad thing. So do this. I mean, the Lings will likely die in the process, but killing gateways is always fun. Killing the Cyber Core actually would be pretty good. It would at least force Barzau to kind of remake his entire tech tree, which is something he does not want to do at this stage in the game. Killing pylons, keeping Barzau supply blocked as much as possible is a beautiful choice. Lings, get out, run, yes, dodge right, great juke. And the Lings get out of there. Do you know about this base? Still don't know about that base, but you have Lings you can check. You can check. How active has Enrik been so far? Really active with these Lings. I like it. It's giving him time back home to get his worker count up. He's making 5 drones at a time right now. And this is established, and nothing's actually happening yet, but it will be very shortly. Another assimilator is going to die here. So again, Enrik, remember, Barzau is not being revealed, which means he has another base. Which means exactly that. Why are you sending Lings up one by one to die? Get out. I think he was trying to check bases, but they keep walking right past the army and getting melted, so... Whew, good choice. Let's see here. A couple drones up this way. Idle drones. It does show idle drones if you look at it closely enough. But apparently that is not something Enrik is super interested in doing. Probe heading on down. Again, this Ling could be scouting, but it's not. But it is not. Going to replant a pylon here and repower his gateways and his robotics facility. So a bit of a breather. Bit of a breather right now. Units lost 60 drones, 49 probes, 100 Hydras have died. Wow, that's a lot of dead Hydra. 21 roaches, 8 lurkers, 5 queens. Barzau's lost 13 zealots, 4 DTs, 3 immortals, 24 adepts, 49 stalkers, and a bunch of buildings, including 17 pylons. So again, the cost effectiveness of Barzau through the roof so far. Enrik looking around for stuff to kill. Nothing here. Still doesn't know about these bases because he's not... Oh, wait. How do you know about that? Did he send a Ling up here? Oh, this Ling. I bet this Ling went up. I bet that's what happened. All right. So Enrik has a choice. Does he want to come here and try to kill these buildings? Which I think he's been very interested in killing buildings. But no. Instead, he's actually taking the fight to Barzau. I just don't know if this is enough lurker to do it. There's an observer in the air. I guess you have a couple Hydras. You have an Overseer. Be so careful. Okay, there's the burrow. Getting the spines up. Get out of there, Hydras. Get out of there, Hydras. Trying to bait the Zealots on in, and it works pretty well. Lurkers are dying quickly, but man, those Zealots are dying too. Wow. That was a bit of a war of attrition there. All the Lurkers die, which is all really Barzau cares about. Lings coming up. More and more Zealots getting warped on in that +2 attack. Giving them 10 damage per swing for 20 damage per like, attack, I guess is what it's called. More Lings on the way from Enrik. He has about 800, which is enough for a pretty decent army. It's just his larva count is not very high. He's keeping his injects up. I mean, to this point anyway. Lings running, Overseers are running. The Lings do have, what is that? +1 carapace, not really enough to keep them alive that long against the Zealots. Okay, Barzau. Does Barzau have it, you guys? Can we say he's got it? The Zealots very smartly do not suicide themselves on in, but these Zerglings do. Oh man, these Zealots are not dying very quickly at all. And Barzau. The Zealots cleaning up. Spinecrawler trying to assist here. Is it enough? More Lings coming on in. Spine Crawler desperately trying to get kills up on these things and does manage to kill one Zealot right before it dies. In production, 6lings for Enrik. He has so much money. How can he only make 6lings? And that's it. The rage quit from Enrik. Enrik is defeated. Barzau is victorious. Well done. Well done by Barzau. Again, I feel like he had the game. It's just right here. This is where things went bad for him. The lurkers popped in this mineral line. He didn't have an observer. Everything got destroyed. He didn't pay attention in time to notice. Didn't notice this base in time to clear it out either. More than once, there are some roaches making trouble back home. And instead of sending some units to kill them, he sent his entire army back, giving Enrik time to kind of rebuild and reestablish and re-get his army. And that was a problem. But in the end, Barzau was victorious. Again, these Immortals, 28 kills, 32 kills, and 26 kills on these Immortals. Whoa! That is how you Immortal right there. Anyway, that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, into the void. And you're running into the void.